Hey everyone. So Monvict contacted me. If you remember, we've done a review for them before. They a really nice hot glue gun they sent me probably about 6 months ago or so. And they contacted me. They got a couple more tools for us to check out, which is these two right here. It's the Monvict 180, the Monvict 170. I'm going to do separate reviews for both of these. But because they're all in the same family of wire cutters, I thought I'll show you how they all work in both videos and go into details on each one individually. Also have the Bleds 8109s. This was one of the first ones that they sent me. Well, Bled sent me. And a little update on these and talk about how these compare to the Harbor Freight brand, the Monvict 170s, and just kind of talk about why you shouldn't abuse your tools. This is going to become a staple. It's going to be tool review, don't abuse your tools, zombie apocalypse. That's the new format for all my videos. Because I'm getting tired of people talking to me about how they've broken their tools because they're idiots. And look, talking to you right here, right now. You're, no, not talking to you. Well, yeah, actually I am talking to you. You're the one that broke those. Anyways, so let's start off with the 180s, and we'll go into the rest of these. So these are the Monvict 180s, and they do look like standard wire cutters. And they are standard wire cutters. The big difference is Monvict spends a lot of time in their designs. Like, you can't see these right here very well on the camera, but these blades are razor sharp. Like, Monvict sharpens the junk out of their wire cutters. And I don't have a pair of my other wire cutters handy at the moment to show you what a cheap $2 set costs and why spending the extra couple bucks is worth the money. But I will show you right here. So this is a 10 gauge piece of wire. And it's not the thickest wire in the world. 10 gauge isn't that big. But it's a sturdy wire. These Monvict 180s, and that was using the tips. If you come back down in here, no problem whatsoever. And it gives you a nice clean cut. Like, it's, I don't know, maybe I'll try and zoom in later, but really, it's a nice clean cut. There's no burrs, there's no flares, there's no leftover insulations. Oh, here we go. Thank you, sir. So this is one of my cheap sets of wire cutters that I've had forever, and you can tell I've used the junk out of these. I use these on my tractors a lot. But these, when I bought them, were nowhere close as sharp as these. And you'll see how much more power I had to put into that, and it didn't even cut through all the wires. And that literally is like out of the box an example of how cheap wire cutters are. So they come to you dull, they take a lot to cut, and I'm not doing this on purpose. This is literally just what happens when you buy a $2 piece of junk wire cutter. So if you don't care about your tools, your life, or your wife, buy cheap stuff. Because she'll appreciate the fact that you didn't spend the extra money on Sherry's Berries. This is where Sherry Berries sponsored me. I love Sherry Berries. If you hear this, I'll put your logo right here. Anyways, that's a complete side note. Cheap wire cutters are cheap for a reason. Monvict spends the time to use higher graded steel, sharpen their blades, and you can tell that isn't hard. Like, over and over again, I've been using these pretty regularly, just doing this, just to see, because I don't want to give a bad review or a not honest review. Opening a box, a brand new tool, and going, hey guys, they work. Yeah, well, for how long? How long these things are going to get sharp? Now, granted, I haven't had these very long, but we will follow up, of course. But I can tell just from using them, just from feeling them in my hands, that those blades are sharp enough that they're going to stay sharp for a while. And so, if you need a good pair of wire cutters, these Monvict 180s are super nice. They sell them on Amazon. If I'm allowed to, I will put the link in my YouTube description. But really, I have nothing bad to say about these. These are definitely going and replacing these, and these are honestly probably going to become a pair of pliers, because that's basically all they're useful for. As you can see, they do a horrible job cutting, and they leave strands of wire behind. So yeah, Monvict 180s, really good wire cutters if you need a good solid set in your toolbox. Hey guys, don't forget, giving away some Icon tools An extendo ratchet, added that to it. A couple of little things we haven't shared with you yet. But we're giving them away once we hit 1,000 subscribers, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and get yourself entered into the free drawing. Alright guys, now onto something serious. How does the Monvict 180s fare in a zombie apocalypse? So, having a set of wire cutters in a zombie apocalypse is actually probably a pretty good idea. They have a lot of utility. You can use them as a stabby weapon. Not very good because you got to be really up close, but they are good stabby weapons. And it is good to have a good pair of wire cutters in the zombie apocalypse. You don't know what you're going to have to repair. Might have to hotwire a car. Might have to fix a generator. Who knows? So overall, the Monvict 180s, they have some utility. They have like a 1 rating in the weapon category. Machete, obviously, better than a pair of wire cutters, but still. So overall, I give them a solid 3. But as a tool, I give them a solid 5. You really need a pair of good wire cutters in the zombie apocalypse. It's like that, screwdriver, hammer. So, yeah, overall, 3, maybe 4, which is, I think, a pretty good rating for a pair of wire cutters. So, if you need a good pair, Monvict 180s. And they also have some good utility in a zombie apocalypse.